All right, so I don't get embarrassed anymore. It just doesn't happen. I can feel embarrassed for other people, and anxiety is still a big part of my life. But if you were to pull my pants down in front of a group of people, I'll be sure to have worn my best Star Wars boxers just for the occasion. It's this kind of confidence that has allowed me to walk on stage in front of 900 people, rap in prison, and tell people with a straight face that I did competitive acting in high school. Yes, it's a thing. It's acting, but competitively. So really it's like a sport, except it's not at all like a sport. And while you would travel with the debate team, because we were that cool, it wouldn't look nearly as good on a college application. Competitive acting is the art of coming into school on a Saturday just to do your best Clint Eastwood impression. But not like Clint Eastwood from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, more like Clint Eastwood at the 2012 Republican National Convention. You remember that time when he got up on stage and yelled at a chair for 10 minutes? It's pretty much exactly like that. You even wear the full suit. Now, I've made this seem rather silly, but acting is hard, and acting in front of other people can be damn near impossible. Especially considering that in this setting, you don't get flowers, you don't get your mother telling you how good you were, you get judged, swiftly and harshly. They post your ranking and you see just how much you sucked. What reinforces that is the fact that another group is moving on to the next round just because they created a new dance to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They didn't even act. They just danced, and the dancing wasn't even that good. But I was shy. I moved to this big new town by Oklahoma standards when I was in 4th grade, and making new friends was really difficult for me. I retreated into myself, and for the longest time, I wasn't capable of doing anything that would or could make me uncomfortable. It's a little nuts that I ended up on that stage senior year. But like anything else I do that's nuts, it was for a girl. My high school girlfriend was an established veteran, fearless, and actually pretty good. Lord knows why she was willing and eager to do a duet with me, but we spent hours scouring the local Barnes & Noble looking for the perfect material. And finally, we found it. 50 Shames of Earl Grey. Perhaps better written than the Twilight fanfiction it was based on, but not nearly as popular amongst suburban women. It was exactly as amazing as it sounds. And the same basic structure was there, but with notable differences. For example, BDSM. A rather large part of the original book stood for bards, dragons, sorcery, and magic in this version. I had to stand atop our chair and proclaim that loudly and with commanding authority for all to hear. My grandmother attended several of these performances, and she loved it. Needless to say, we took this thing all the way to state. Oh yeah, there was a state, and we were going to win. However, we needed to get past a few things. My high school girlfriend was killing it, and honestly, she was the one carrying the team. I, however, was breaking with every performance, like Jimmy Fallon on SNL, which in and of itself was fine. It cost us a few points, but it also helped us draw in the audience and allowed them to laugh as we laughed. What was really holding us back was my nerves. After all this time on stage and leaving my comfort zone behind months ago, I was still holding back. Because I was afraid of something. I don't know what. We made it through round 1 all right, but we desperately needed to step up our game in the next round. So we lock in. We get pumped up. Our names get called. We go to the front of the room. We start, again, wearing a full suit. I start doing some serious squatting, and of course singing, too sexy for my shirt, as one does. And then it happened. It was as audible as a kid crying on a full flight, and complete silence blanketed the room. There was absolutely no denying what had happened. I knew it, my girlfriend knew it, the whole audience, including my mother and sister, knew it. From my backside belt to my inner right thigh, my pants parted, just completely split mid-squat. Here's the kicker. It doesn't matter what happens, you have to finish your 10 minutes. Thankfully, the crowd was going fucking bananas. And I felt it. I let go. My pants didn't matter. My nerves didn't matter. For those 10 minutes, I was funny. And that's all that mattered. I gave other people an opportunity to laugh. And you know what? We lost. We lost bad. I swallowed her hair at some point, and it was almost impossible to stop laughing. That didn't matter. It took 10 minutes for the room to quiet down and reset after we finished. And that was far more gratifying than winning the competition. It's what happens when you just own it.